Experience started when I was really young. I actually moved around a lot, and a lot of people think my dad worked for like the army or something, but he actually worked for Heinz ketchup. So we moved around a lot, and I think even starting at a young age, by moving around and moving overseas, and then we traveled like Europe too, I just was a little child in awe of like architecture. So I work with insanely amazing people, clients, and they just fuel my passion. I want to create a space that is going to change the way they work. It's going to change the way they live, because a lot of times people spend more time at work than they do in their own homes. Yeah. So for me, above all else, it kind of stems back on the other question. It's like, I do this, at the heart of everything is the people. And I think I always want to stay true to that. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing better than when your client is happy. Yeah. And not only just them, but then they say the people who are in there every day are also happy. But I think, and then also working in a firm, I mean, my firm's a bit larger, I just always try to stay positive. Yeah. It's a roller coaster. Mm-hmm. So the design process, I feel like it never ends from beginning to end, even into construction, it never ends. Mm-hmm. But I think the way that I've set up a good rhythm with my firm as well, because I feel like it's different in different firms as well. But at Smith Group, you know, we really start at the core values of a company. We want to know everything about them, all the good, all the bad. Where do they want to go? Where do they see themselves in the future too? Because a lot of times some things aren't working. Yeah. So we start with what we call a strategy process, and we do a deep dive into their company. And so I've been at Smith Group and in the professional field for almost 6 years now. And I think in school, I didn't do that many group projects. So like you really didn't realize like how to kind of fit and adapt with people. Yeah. I did do a couple, but then once you're in the profession, I mean, the thing is like, you're never by yourself. So like you have to learn how to collaborate. Yeah. And I think the best projects and the best like creations come from collaborating, because again, it's like you don't really know everything, and sometimes you'll be staring at something and then like you'll just pop over onto someone's desk, like when I'm at work, and I'll be like, hey, I'm stuck, like I can't figure this out. And they go, oh, what if you tried this? And you're like, what? Why would I think of that? So I think it's just this evolving process of like, and processes. Everybody has like different ideas, and I love seeing it come together. And I think I was introduced to Peter pretty early on when I was in college. And I think the thing that drew me the most to him was his attention to like materiality and place. And I think definitely in my school years, you know, attention to place was such a huge thing, and the site, because we're in the desert and, you know, really trying to preserve the beauty of it and be mindful of that. So again, I think it's like that materiality. And granted, a lot of my work as I've kind of progressed through, you know, being at Smith Group has now been brought into the interior. And you know, again, I'm creating spaces for people who are going to be inside a building for a good 8, 9, 10 hours sometimes of every day. Yeah. And then I think some of the biggest challenges I face, in all complete honesty, is that architecture and design in the profession can be a bit of a roller coaster. You know, and you're like on a deadline, and like, you know, the client's happy and you're going to this goal and you're really high, and then you hit the deadline and then you kind of just crash. But the thing is like you already have like 3 more projects that you just kind of got to keep going on. And I think I guess what that blends to is the work-life balance. I think the other one is always remember to like take the breaks that you need, which is kind of like based on my last kind of comment. It's like you're gonna need some time to reprieve and kind of recharge, and that's okay too. So it's like ask for help, and you know, be kind to yourself, and then also like be up for new opportunities and challenges. Like